Hot take alert, Sam Darnold can be the franchise quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Why do I feel this way about a guy many labeled a bust during his time with the Jets? Let's dive right into Darnold and the Panthers and my analysis of how I think they'll do next year. While his time with the Jets wasn't pretty, Darnold still had his moments, which is impressive when you consider the absolute mess they were under Adam Gase. A lot of what went wrong was out of Darnold's control. Whether it was a poor supporting cast or bad coaching, he never really had a chance to succeed. Now that he's with a team that can give him some support, I expect him to shine. He'll have Christian McCaffrey in the backfield to take most of the defense's attention, and plenty of weapons to throw to with Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and second-round draft pick Terrence Marshall Jr. all on the roster. As you can tell, I'm pretty high on Darnold and believe he can do well. But that doesn't mean I think he'll be elite right away. It'll take time for him to get comfortable in a new system, so there may be some growing pains. Speaking of the system, I think head coach Matt Rule will be able to craft up a system for Darnold to thrive in. Sometimes it seemed like Gase was intentionally sabotaging Darnold with his atrocious game planning, but that won't be a problem under Rule. I mentioned McCaffrey earlier, and I don't just want to gloss over him. This dude somehow doesn't get enough respect, even though everyone acknowledges he's one of the best in the game. He's like the Russell Wilson of running backs in that regard. Last year he was plagued with injuries, but when healthy, he's essentially a one-man wrecking crew. Defenses know that he's going to come after them, and they just can't stop it anyways. The amount of attention he draws will really open things up for the offense. I'm pretty high on the offense taking a great step forward next season with Darnold and Christian McCaffrey coming back from injuries. But what about the defense? They were a pretty middle-of-the-pack unit last year, but it looks like they're ready to take the next step to become a good defense. They drafted cornerback J.C. Horn 8th overall, which instantly boosts their secondary. The NFC South is full of talented receivers, so getting Horn was essential. He's a big body with a large wingspan that should be able to make life a lot harder for guys like Michael Thomas and Mike Evans. They also addressed all three levels of defense in free agency, grabbing guys like Hassan Reddick to bolster their pass rush, cornerback A.J. Boye, and linebacker Denzel Perryman. I'm a huge man of signing Reddick for a 1-year, $8 million deal. It's pretty rare to get a guy that had double-digit sacks that cheap. It is possible that last year was just an aberration and he regresses, but the signing is low risk with a very high reward. If Reddick resembles the player he was last year, the Panthers got themselves an absolute beast of a pass rusher. With the moves they made, I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers started to creep into top 10 territory next year. I'm a big fan of the moves the Panthers made. They addressed a lot of their big needs, and they should be looking to take a big step forward in year 2 of the Matt Rule era. I think they'll have a winning record, something like 9-8 or 10-7. It may not be enough for the playoffs, as the division title isn't likely and the wild cards look to be competitive, but they'll definitely be in the playoff hunt. Most importantly, I think they'll be happy with Darnold as their quarterback of the future and will be able to build around him in the coming seasons. How do you guys feel about the Panthers' chances next year? Do you think Sam Darnold is a franchise quarterback? I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments, and if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as I'll be doing one of these for every single team in the league. Thanks for watching All Sports. I'm Tommy Osborne.